Hello, welcome back to CinemaBurger, where I bring you movie reviews from a different perspective. Today we're here to talk about Escape Room Tournament of Champions, the sequel to the 2019 movie Escape Room, where it's a horror movie based on dangerous escape room situations. People think they're just going to a regular escape room, but it's more deadly than that. So the sequel now features Taylor Russell and Logan Miller as the two survivors from the last movie. They said they were going to go after the company Minos Escape Rooms to take down their company to stop them from trying to kill people. Because, as we learned from the last movie, they're doing this because rich people are bored and want to bet on news types of sports. So they use the coordinates they got at the end of the first movie to go to New York and try to figure out what's going on. In the beginning, Taylor is in a therapist meeting trying to get over her fear of course, the traumatic event of being killed in an escape room, but other trauma she had too, because she survived a plane crash, which was established in the first movie as well. Now, there's always a saying like people in movies don't watch movies, but this movie, the characters are smart because they go to the where they think the building is, but they chase some guy who stole someone's watch, and they end up on a subway train, and there's like 3 or 4 other people on this car, and they mention Minos, and everyone on the train is like, what, Minos? Because the car gets uncoupled and it goes down a different subway tunnel. So apparently everyone else on this train was a survivor from a previous escape room game too, so as soon as the weird stuff starts happening and Taylor says Minos, everyone's like, oh crap, we're in a escape room again. Like, it would make sense because they found him once, they would find him again, so they immediately start trying to figure out how to escape this current room with the clues given. Now, overall, like, the characters, like I said, they do smart things, they actually look out for each other and try to help each other survive, make sure no one gets hurt in the traps, because everyone, like, no one in this movie, none of the characters are like terrible people. Usually in these horror type movies, you always like are kind of laugh when some people die, but this one, like, everyone is a decent person and they're smart. Now, this movie's about an hour and 28 minutes long, so it's short. It's a good runtime for this type of movie. There's about, say, 4 or 3 rooms they have to get through, and it's generally just watching them trying to figure out the clues and get out of these situations is entertaining, in my opinion. And it's just as good as the first movie. They reveal some interesting information at the end that you need to know about the first movie and stuff like that. You think characters die, but they don't. Um, but it's clever, the technology that people use, and just generally the rooms themselves are personalized, I guess. Now the end kind of leaves it open for another one, but it's kind of that classic like, oh no, horror movie ending in a way. Now, for this type of movie, like the first one came out in a January. Usually January movies don't do well, especially January horror movies, but the first one did well, and I think this one did too. This concept is cool because it's basically like a less gory version of Saw, but more interesting because they have to really like figure out things. It's not just mutilate yourself. And yeah, I give it a 3.5. Yeah, 3.5 out of 5 burgers because like I said, they leave it open for another one, but it's like, what more are they gonna do besides just come up with new rooms? Like, the first, like, I don't see them making another, like, 3 or 4 of these, because it's gonna get tired fast. But maybe one more just to finish off the story, but I was surprised that this movie was just enjoyable as the first one. This was a good concept they came up with. I know the concepts for horror movies are getting more outlandish with things like Truth or Dare and Fantasy Island and stuff like that, but The Escape Room Tournament of Champions was a decent sequel. And I'm glad that the characters are actually smart and, like, calculated when they think and have to figure out how to get out of these situations. Alright, I'm Scott Berger, and I'll see you next time.